Hey, Charles. So you're coming off, a season where you've only missed one kick. You've only missed one kick in your whole career. So coming into this season, what are you working on to improve and to try to, I Coach Teagarden talked about trying to be AF first team All Big Ten kicker. How do you get to that?
Yeah, so I mean, I had a good season last season, but it's last season, Got to move forward. I did miss a kick. Obviously, I don't want to do that. So in this off season, I guess the summer and this fall camp, I've just been working on getting ready with new holder, chase, and just getting the operation down pat, and I guess trying to be as consistent as possible.
What do you try to work on the most, like during the course of a game like day like today? Are there specific mechanics or things like that you're trying to pay attention to, or what goes through your mind more mentally than physically during the course of a practice?
Yeah, so practice, was really long. We had a long practice today, and you can't kick the entire time. So on the sideline, I'm trying to take mental reps, trying to get, I don't know, put myself in the situation of what would this kick be like, or what would this kick be like trying to feel the flow of practice, and I don't know, Coach Allen does a great job of creating, I guess, game-like situations during practice. And so I really just try to visualize myself in a game making kicks, or in a game like trying to feel anxious, go out there and I don't know, try a long field goal for the win.
Hey Charles, so I know your one word for this year is courageous.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted you to speak on like what the meaning behind that. I know it's a great word, so yeah.
Yeah, so yes, my one word is courageous. I feel like my first year I came in, I was a little hesitant with college football. I came in, I had all these accolades coming up, and I feel like I missed an opportunity that I could have taken out and seized. Logan Justice beat me out my first fall camp and the second one. And I really feel like it was my mental more than my physical. And so this fall camp, I kind of have, I don't know, I did well last season and I want to back it up. And it's like, I don't want to think of exactly all the things I did last season leading up into this season. And, I just want to go out there, do what I know how to do, be confident in myself and my ability. And if I do that, I think that I'll make some more kicks than this. So that's pretty much why I chose courageous.
I wanted to go back specifically to the thing you said about visualization. I guess when you're on a sideline, I guess, and you're sort of seeing a situation, what would I do if I kick here? What all do you pretend? What all goes through your mind? What all do you imagine? And what's just sort of the process like of taking a mental rep when you're taking it from the sideline?
So on the sideline, I try to just imagine myself out there on the field, like what I guess the wind is doing, what hash that we're on, and I love the mental side of the game, especially of kicking, because it's such a mental, I guess, position. You get put out there and you can hit every kick pretty much that you're put out there to hit. The only thing that changes, it's not like you physically, it's your mind, your mindset, and so I've really been focusing on trying to have consistent thoughts, because I believe that consistent thoughts create consistent actions. And so I just try to visualize myself being consistent, pretty much.
So it's just following up on that. One, I guess, what are those consistent thoughts? And two, when you have a situation like today in practice, you had the 2-minute drill, you missed the kick at the end, and then you're off on the sideline, and at that point you're kind of alone there. You don't really have anyone around you. How do you keep those consistent thoughts going after you miss a kick in a spot like that?
Yeah, so funny enough, my consistent thoughts are exactly just have my mind go blank. I really think that if I try to go out there and I think of, okay, get your hip through the ball, I might go around the kick. Or if I think of swinging vertically, I might push the kick right. And so I've really decided to take my kicking and make it my own. And so if I make my kicking my own, I'm not thinking about technique. I'm just trying to simple it up. And I believe the most simple thing that you can do is not think, just going out there and letting it rip. And yes, at the end of practice, I did miss the kick. I hit the right upright. I'm human. It happens to everybody. And so it's just a little human error. Push the ball a little bit, hit the upright. No big deal.
Hey, Charles. I hope you're doing well. You mentioned just being more comfortable now than you were when you first came in, but I guess over the past couple of years, what do you feel like you've learned about yourself, and in what ways do you just kind of feel more comfortable now?
Yeah, so I think a big part of it is just getting used to the flow of having pressure on you. It's more being confident in yourself more than comfortable. It's more of knowing that you can go out there and hit the kick because you've kicked the kick so many times in practice. So that's about the biggest difference, is just kind of trusting yourself.
I suspect a slightly more physical question than a mental one, but
Okay.
Coach Teagarden said that you started to vocalize your goal of going on to the next level at some point. You've approached him about getting more kickoffs, being more involved in kickoff. I think primarily to this point in your career, you've been more kind of place kicking. Just how do you start to kind of add that, maybe physically and mentally, I suppose, to what you do in terms of preparation, so you can kind of be more involved on game day?
So, in high school, I kicked off. I love kickoffs. You just get up there and smoke the ball, try to just kill it. And so, I've kind of approached kickoffs as having fun. It's kind of like a long drive competition every single time you go out there, just getting up there and slamming it. But no, I definitely put in work over the summer with my kicking coach, trying to really hone in, being explosive, and I guess getting more smooth in my approach so I can transfer my power down the field. And in the weight room, I've tried to get more explosive there too, and that's definitely helped. And I'm excited if I do get to kick off this season, blasting the ball through the back of the end zone.
Your first big kick came against Purdue. It was kind of cold, wet day and so forth. And I guess being from Kentucky, you could easily maybe went to another school where it would have been a little easier in the warm weather. How much do you kind of relish kicking in the elements and that challenge, and how much are you maybe looking forward to that again, or not looking forward if it's a November, December game?
Yeah, so kicking in the elements is kind of fun. I believe that kicking in the Big Ten is one of the hardest divisions to kick in the nation, just because of the elements. When you get later on into the season, it does get cold, the ball doesn't fly as far. And I believe that it just adds another element of difficulty, especially when you get the wind whipping. It's, low 30s. It's not fun, but at the same time, it makes you really lock into your technique and really trust yourself. And so I believe it kind of makes it easier, because you're kicking down lines. You're not kicking like trying to just go straight down the middle. It's like if you trust your line, then you'll make the kick. So it's a little give and take, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you mentioned just your explosiveness. Is there anything, I guess, new you've been doing in the weight room to try to improve that, or just kind of what exactly goes into trying to be more explosive?
Yeah, so our strength staff has done an incredible job. Our strength staff, I believe, has treated me more as a position player, like a skill player, than a kicker, and I believe that's really helped out. Like, I try to view myself kind of as lifting like a running back, because I'm just trying to be so explosive in such a short amount of time. And I've been trying to load up the weight, trying to get more explosive, really take our team runs or our explosive lifts during lifts and jumps. I've been taking those very seriously, trying to get more explosive, because it obviously helps kicking the ball further.